Pobierz aplikację TVP Sport i oglądaj wszystkie transmisje w najlepszej jakości. Linki do sklepów znajdziesz w opisie.
Dricus, thank you for having time to talk to me ahead of I think the biggest moment of your career. And first of all, how's it going in Toronto? And was it difficult to get used to the weather and temperature?
Yeah, only a pleasure, man. It's great to be on. I mean, you're from Poland, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, my favorite place in the world. I remember when I was fighting KSW, man. I mean, Poland prepared me for this. Not completely. This is super cold, but yeah, 100% the biggest fight of my life, and I'm so ready for it. I'm loving Toronto. I'm loving the cold. It's fresh for me. It's summer in South Africa, so it's really hot, and hopefully there's some snow and we can get some snowboarding done. I remember when I was in Poland, I went to Bielsko.
Yeah.
And we got some snowboarding and skiing in. Amazing, a lot of fun, and hopefully there's no injuries too severe after the fight, so we can have some fun there. But great to talk to you, man.
Okay, so of course I wanted to talk about the upcoming fight, but I think you might get bored with that kind of question, and I wanted to get back in time to talk also about the KSW and some Polish memories, because as you mentioned, Poland is listed by you as your favorite place to go, and that was surprising to me because you only had 3 fights in KSW and only 1 was in Poland. So why of all the places, Poland is the favorite place for you?
Yeah, the big thing is, remember, I went to Poland for the signing of the contracts. I went to Poland for the promotion videos. I've been in Poland 6 times.
Okay.
6 times. So every time I was there, it was incredible. And obviously the one where I fought for the title, I won in Wrocław. It was incredible. You know, just spending time there, the food, pierogi, I love it. It was amazing. And the people are warming. I always say the pizza and beer in Poland is amazing.
Okay.
And yeah, they love MMA in Poland. They are very, very enthusiastic. So the crowds are amazing. It's still to this day. My family and I spent Christmas. And I fought for the belt. We spent Christmas there. No, not when I fought for the belt. Before that, we spent the whole Christmas there and New Year's. It was unbelievable. I loved every moment of it. So yeah, I want to go there this year. I'm going on holiday in Poland definitely this year.
Oh, so you have to definitely let me know, and maybe you need some tour in the
For
future.
sure.
But so Dricus, I don't know, you might not know it, but in Poland you have a huge fan base, and there is whenever we are talking about Dricus Du Plessis, it's there is some phrase about you. We are saying that you are in Polish. It's Polak rodak Afrikaner, and it means something like Polish compatriot from South Africa. So
that's amazing.
Yeah, so that shows that we are really rooting for you and cheering you up on this Saturday. Not only this Saturday, but of course, I must tell you that we were surprised as a fans. How far did you get to in the UFC? We of course had high hopes for you, but actually we thought that out of you 2 great fighters, Roberto Soldic would be the one who could go further in the UFC, maybe fight for the title as you. But I'm not sure if you ever followed him after your fights, and do you know what's going on with him?
Yeah, of course. Roberto Soldic Soldic is a phenomenal athlete. Phenomenal athlete. I mean, he went to do great things. He didn't face the competition that I think my caliber of competition after our fight. And I know we are 1-1, and I honestly thought that he was going to come to the UFC too when I was fighting at welterweight at 170 at 77 kilograms, it was too big of a cut, man. It was too big. For that, I'm happy I did it, but in the last 2 fights I fought at 77 kilograms because I was too young. I was a young guy, and then I got bigger and bigger and like older. My bones got denser. I got bigger. I mean, I killed myself to make that weight. Every time in that last fight, even if he just jabbed me, I could feel, woo. So from all the weight cut, it was, I don't know if it was all the weight cut. It's not the excuse. He beat me fair and square in that fight, but I didn't feel good. You know, it wasn't, I didn't feel that bad that I could say I lost only because of that. No ways. He beat me fair and square. That was a good punch, but the training, everything, it became, I couldn't make that anymore. And we could see when I decided to go to middleweight, it was a different fight. I'm big. I feel healthy. I feel good. And yes, you know, when I lost to Roberto Soldi, it was terrible. I didn't fight for a whole year because I decided to go up in weight. And, you know, I don't want to just go up quickly and be fight. I wanted to grow into being a middleweight. Yeah, the right way. And no, he did great things. He's still great. He just had one loss, unfortunately. But, you know, Roberto Soldi is an absolute warrior, and I think he's a brilliant fighter, but not at middleweight. He can't fight me here, but he's a bit small. But yeah, he's somebody that I will always have a lot of respect for in terms of what he's still one of the hardest puncher I've ever felt, for sure. But yeah, I mean, if there was in another lifetime, it would have been great to have a third fight, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I'm fighting for a UFC title, and he's gone his path in his career. But yeah, I'm happy for him that he got all that wins, and he has nothing but respect from me. Okay, so that's fantastic to hear. And I wonder because in Poland we also have few examples of fighters, and I think Roberto is one of them that he didn't want to go to the UFC and maybe accept the lower pay rise at the beginning. The first contract, it would be a big step back for some fighters. And yes, for example, Mateusz Gamrot said that the offer that he got from KSW to stay and longer fight for them compared to the first contract at the UFC was a huge gap. And I wonder, was it the case for you, or maybe yeah? So you decided to take the step back, and the money wasn't the thing is, I know. Yeah, that's one thing. That is the one thing I'm very sorry about in my life, is that I had to, with KSW, the way that I had to move on. I'm so happy with the organization. I always tell this to people: if you want to know how to treat athletes and fighters, you can learn from KSW. They treat their athletes like absolute kings. You know, the pay is amazing. They look after you. They really make you feel special in KSW. They are incredible with Meish and Martin Lewandowski. I have the utmost respect for them, and I know when we had to split our ways, it wasn't great because they were not happy with me because of the contracts and stuff. And I hope that they can forgive me for that, because it was never my intention to be to do anything wrong to them. It was I really felt bad. I love fighting for KSW. For me, it was about one thing: is to be the number one in the world. And yeah, KSW is an incredible organization, but to be seen as the number one fighter in the world, you need to be the UFC champion. That was always my dream. And yeah, I'm always very grateful for KSW. And you never know, one day I would love to, when my UFC career is done, go back and go back to KSW. That will be something special. Like I said, one of the organization that they can look after fighters incredibly well. And yeah, I like to say thank you for them. You know, without them, I wouldn't be here today. They are an incredible organization.
Okay, so maybe could you share with us, I'm not asking for the numbers because it's your thing, but if you could tell us that the first contract in the UFC, was it, I don't know, like 2 times smaller compared to EFC, KSW, or was it minimal gap between them?
No, the EFC contract was a lot smaller than any, because of the dollar pay. So EFC is not in the competition with in terms of pay with KSW and the UFC. But yeah, I would say my UFC pay was halved. Maybe, yeah, could have been for the first 2 fights. Yeah, half.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
but
I can't
you've paid
remember exact moments, but it was a big difference. I had to, for me as a person, as a fighter, it was hard to accept that, but I had to take that step back to in my career to chase the dream of being a UFC champion. And yeah, like I said, KSW right up there. Any fighter that fights for KSW is very, very lucky.
Okay, so but you've paid your dues, and now you are just taking the fruits of your decisions, and that's great to see. I wonder how big this fight is for South Africa, and is it like a chance to revive the dream about holding UFC at Africa? Because at some point it looked like UFC fumbled the bag when they had three champions, and it seemed like it was a time to make it in Africa. But now I think you are the biggest hope for the continent to get back to with talks about this event.
Absolutely, I think right now we reignited that flame. I'm becoming the champion this weekend, and then I want to defend my title on African soil in South Africa. And I have no doubt in my mind, when I become champion, that is going to happen.
Okay, so Dricus, I wonder, is it anything less special? As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm sure that is the greatest night of your career, but it seemed like it was perfect time, perfect scenario to fight Israel Adesanya for the title at his soil. It looked like I don't know, like a movie scenario. And right now, it's don't get me wrong, but it looks like just a normal fight without as big history. You know what I mean? So do you
Yes.
regret that?
No, not at all. I mean, for me, this is the fight game. Unfortunately, we get injured. Fighting a fight with big hype, that's great. That's amazing. But I'm not in this for hype. It's not only about that. It's about being the world champion. And if I went to go fight, I would have been maybe 60% of the fighter that I could be. I was injured. I wouldn't have been able to train the way I should have. It was 7 weeks. It's not enough time while being injured. And I'm not, I have no regrets whatsoever. No regrets at all. For me, it was never about Adesanya. It was about fighting for the world title. And this fight for me is just as big. Every fight for me is just as big. It doesn't matter if there's a title on the line. It doesn't matter who I'm fighting. Every fight is as big as it's going to get.
Okay, you just said that you are not about the hype, but about the title. But I think you are doing a great job in creating that hype. And I mean, there's press conference. I've seen a lot of your interviews when you said that you don't regret these words or everything that happened. But do you consider it as a like round one? It's for me. It's 10-9, and we are just stepping into the octagon.
Yes, 100%. I think with when I said I don't the hype, it's not the hype around the fight that I don't get into. No, not at all. It's just the fight comes first.
Yeah.
And for me, I respect my opponent. I always do. And the same with this Strickland. I showed only respect to him until he disrespected me, and then I showed him back that I can also be disrespectful. But no, that was a fight in its own. That is over. I won that fight. It's a far big win for me. But that's in history. Right now, the only thing that matters is Saturday night. And right now, it's about winning. You can win all that battles. It doesn't matter. What matters is who wins the fight Saturday night.
Okay. And the fans were thinking if this brawl at UFC 296 was, I don't want to say staged, but was it, in your opinion, a lack of imagination when the seating was decided? Was it just, I don't know, some fuck up in the UFC? Or was it like smartly planned that something might get involved with you and it might be good for the promotion?
I honestly don't know. I think I saw some people saying that they think it's staged, but it was not staged. I took like if it was staged, I didn't know about it. It's ridiculous. It was definitely not staged, but I honestly feel like it was just a screw up with the ticket, the seating or something, and yeah, something happened. If it was planned, I honestly can't tell you. I don't know. I have no idea, but I don't think so. I don't think so. That's a very bad situation for the UFC because somebody could, I mean, if it's, pushing and shoving, that's fine. But, what happened there because there was nobody to stop it. Like we could have easily gotten very hurt. Somebody got hurt. A kid could have gotten hurt. Strickland could have gotten hurt. I could have gotten hurt, get a cut, fights off. So I don't think that they would risk it like that. There's other things they might try to provoke something like with interviews next to each other, but with security there. But with that, I don't think the UFC will take that risk because there was nobody to immediately stop it. I mean, we could have landed big shots. There was a lot of people that did stop it. But I mean, if we fell over a chair on top of a person, that was a lawsuit. So you have to think about that.
Okay, but I've seen the new UFC embedded vlog, and it looks like you have buried the hatchet and everything. What's bygone and it's bygone, yeah. And I think from 100%, now on,
it's never personal. It's just business.
Yeah. So from now on, it's just strictly sport and respect, yeah, from both sides.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see how he behaves, but for me, it's all about the business on Saturday nights.
Okay, so what attitude will you bring for the press conference? Is it like you will just wait to feel on how Sean behaves?
I'm gonna go out and be myself, like always. Answer the questions and be myself. I'll be respectful always. If you are respectful towards me, if you are gonna respect me, I'll respect you. But I will not allow you to bully me. No ways. So I'm going with the attitude of being a fighter and. If you want to push me, I'll push you back. Perfect.
So, what do you think about your style matching his style? Because I think Izzy was the kind of guy who felt like he might be okay with fighting from the back foot, but he kind of froze in his fights and he never recovered from that. I think, but you seem to be a guy who will just bring the chaos to the cage. What do you think about it? Is it true? Is my prediction?
Yeah, 100%. Like fighting in the back foot for me, I can fight on the back foot and sometimes you have to, but you can't go and have a game plan of fighting on the back foot. With Strickland, we both throw a lot of punches when we fight. I just have more power. So, with this fight, it's going to be very important. And like you said, with Izzy, he allowed Strickland to push him back the whole time. You can't allow that to happen. So in terms of what I can say with his style, that's what he wants to do is push you backwards, but it's going to be very important for me not to let that happen.
Okay, I see. And the last one, not concerning the fight, you've also mentioned in this humanizing athletes poll for Twitter that your favorite game is Grand Theft Auto. And I wonder, what do you think about the new trailer for the GTA 6? Did you like it?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I can't wait. Right now, I'm playing a lot of car games. I have one of the rigs, the Red Bull driving rigs. Loving it. But yeah, GTA, I'm super stoked. I can't wait.
Okay, and the last one from me. There are some rumors that UFC didn't announce main event for UFC 300 because they wanted to see how this one plays out. And maybe if either one of you will win without a scratch, in a big fashion and quick, they will book either you or Sean against Izzy for this April event. What do you think about it? Is it possible for you to get 2 fights in 3 months?
Yeah, I mean, let's see about how the fight goes. For me, like I said, I don't even think about anything past Saturday night.
Yeah.
But to fight at 300 will be absolutely amazing.